Since I know about your special relationship with ducks, today we're playing a game that's all about them. And the numbers on this one get really big. And the rarer the duck, the more valuable they are. We've got everything from a regular yellow duck, to a ghost and a golden duck, and also a ninja, but let's not forget the band duck. So many ducks in fact that I think some of these might be made up. And all of this on the quest to find out if this really is the best duck clicker. Spoiler alert, it might be. So sit back, relax, and try and educate yourself on ducks. This is called the best duck clicker, but I'll be the judge of that. It is also likely to be the only duck clicker that I've ever played. And with that, our first duck has been destroyed. We have $1 and the next one respawns very slowly. I'm already really annoyed by the fact that I can't click any faster than what the circle shows us. I'm not meant to have limits. I want to unleash the chaos. But $3 is $3. We've destroyed 3 ducks, we get $5, and we've unlocked upgrading. Our next goal is to gain money, so that's a very real life goal. And the ducks we murder are also a currency. Once we've killed 25 ducks, we can buy Mallard Master, so we get 20% extra clicking damage. Increasing clicking power starts at only $1, so we're going to spend all of our money on that. So now our basic duck dies in pretty much the same amount of clicks. Maybe one less overall. And once we killed that one, it spawned an egg that's giving us 5 cents per second. So I feel like I don't actually have to click the ducks anymore. This could be best duck waiting game. But I'm not the kind that likes to wait. I want to click. Clicking is life. Question mark. Okay, we get extra clicking speed for a little while. We could use a duck spawning faster, but the extra attack speed is super nice. Duck spawn faster starts at only $5. The next upgrade is considerably more expensive, so we'll also take more money from ducks. We're now making 6 cents per second, and that duck gave us $1.25. We have a 25% increase. I like the realistic sound effects as well. We've got 13 ducks now in our currency vault. So if we want to add another duck for a residual income, we're going to need an extra slot for $100. Oh, but we've also gained the money we needed for our next task. So next we need to buy 10 upgrades. We get $10 for that. I think we've unlocked skins. We've unlocked different kinds of ducks. So this gives us an idea of how much money we're going to need before we end this little adventure, which is into the trillions already. There is quadrillions, and then there's quintillions. We're going up to the septillions of dollars for the uniduck. We can double our clicking power for $10. The next upgrade's rather expensive. I thought it might jump up. We'll get more money from ducks as well. This one actually helps. 1 click, 2 clicks, the duck is dead. Another question mark. We got 2 times money for 30 seconds, so we're up to 12 cents per second in the background. We got achievement for destroying 25 ducks. That also means we get Mallard Master. Clicking damage up 20%. I just realized we might get more money from destroying the aquatic duck. Well, we got $1.52 from destroying that. I'm not really sure where our aquatic duck, there it is. I guess they can show up. We got $4.46 for that. Oh, we're auto-clicking. That's what that little upgrade was. So we're unlocking the possibility to spawn rarer ducks. And I am a gambler at heart, so we're also going to get the desert duck. So that is maybe worth 3 times the base duck when it does show up. We'll find out. It is a lot harder to kill though. So we got to keep that in mind. That one got us $13. That's huge money for us. My auto clicker feature seems to have gone away, so now I got to go back to manually clicking. But look at that money. We have almost $100 now. With that duck, $111. That means we can add an extra slot for an extra duck egg. Now we just got to wait for one to actually spawn, which might be quick or it might take a while. But now that we murdered the water duck, we have $50 to spend on more clicking power. That's all we want so far. So now it's barely 2 hits to destroy the blue ducks. That's actually going to save us a lot of time. Is it the best duck clicker we've ever played? It's hard to say yet, but we are one-shotting the yellow ducks. We just got a bonus for 1.5 times money for X amount of seconds. Speaking of which, we should get more money from ducks. Duck spawn faster is probably also worth it. The next one's quite expensive, so we'll get more money from ducks one more time as soon as we destroy this one. So now the base is $3.79, and our passive rate is up to 14 cents per second. The faster spawning is actually really nice because we can just absolutely decimate the population of yellow ducks, and they deserve no less. But we have saved it up at 50 ducks, so I guess we get to pick between these ones. We can either get more clicking damage or money gain. We'll take money gain, and that definitely spent it all. But that will help us get to the next one quicker. I'm going to get ducks spawn faster. Rarer ducks is also tempting, but every upgrade is going to be so beneficial. But there's another $50. That duck gave us quite a bit of money. This one's going to die quite quickly. That one's $27. $229. Let's get rarer ducks. Increased chance to capture a duck. Capture ducks generate more money is actually probably really good. 12 cents per second to 15 cents per second. I have regrets. But if you don't have regrets, you're not trying hard enough. Or just apply that in some philosophical way that it sounds good. I think what I like most about this one is the HD graphics. I'm going to add in the Jasper duck. That's only $125, so it doesn't seem too unreasonable. Oh, we've also got the upgrades we needed probably a while back. We've also just bought that, so we get $25 times 2 for some reason. Or we were supposed to have. We got the times 2 indicator, but it's just kind of just hanging out up there, and I'm not sure why. But this is a Jasper duck, so it should be worth lots of money once we finally defeat it. 79. Okay, clicking power needs to go up. We got $160, so we're going to buy lots of those. Plus more money from ducks. So now the Jasper duck is still going to take 7 or 8 hits, but that's okay because it will now give us $91.60. And we captured a duck. That was a blue one. Are we allowed to sell that in hopes of getting a better one? I'm going to do that. Yeah, actually, we need to save up some good passive ducks. I'm glad I realized I could do that. Only the rarest ducks are good enough for me, and only then they are good enough until we find a rarer one. You're right, though. We do need more clicking power. 2 of those and more money from ducks. So this duck is only 4 hits now. That's $36. That one's 2 hits. We got another water duck as our servant. That's perfectly fine. That gives us $1 per second. It's a little bit harder to find the rarer ones anyway because they show up less often. This one is still 8 hits, but it's at $105, which is lots of money for us. We're going to double our clicking power for only $100. I really need to pay more attention to that one. Increase clicking power, and very shortly we are going to get more money from ducks. I'm going to be lazy and wait. So now the water ducks are 1 hit because we also doubled our clicking power. This is very satisfying. This one dies in many less hits now, so that's nice. That is up to $120 as well. We can just about afford Patriot Duck. So I murdered one more, and now we can. $625 when that rascal shows up. Our income is really starting to grow now. We're making quite good money, and here's our first Patriot Duck. I can't remember what it was called. America Duck. So $353 for that one, plus it gave us a bonus. I forgot about my duck counter on the other side. We can get an extra 20% click damage, which will actually be really big for us again. Because we're already one-shotting those, definitely one-shotting that one. This will be a better test, because these used to be super hard to kill, now they're 3 hits. And if we increase our clicking power some more, actually we should wait just a second, and then we're going to double it. We also got that, so we got 2 achievements for that, but we're going to double our clicking power again. So now they spawned in quickly. That was almost 2 hits, almost 1 hit. I am one with the ducks. That one used to be like 12 hits, now it's 2, and it's $120. So we're going to get rarer ducks. I do want increased chance to capture a duck. I want to get that twice, in fact, because we need to keep more captured for better money in the background. So $400 later, we got that one, and we're going to get more money from ducks as well. I'm also going to sell the 2 water ducks I have. They're $1.10 each per second. We can do much, much better, especially for finding rare ducks. Like if we manage to capture this, once we've exploded it, that would be great. $800 for that now. Come on, get in my thing. We captured it. Ooh, that's worth $16.04 a second. $16.40, but you get the idea. It's a lot of money, so I need another one of those. Still not sure what the multiplier over there is. So we're quickly piling up thousands of dollars, so that feels good. So we can increase our clicking power a whole bunch more. Then also more money from ducks. And faster duck spawn rate. The faster they can spawn, the faster we can end them. So we need to gain stars. I don't know what stars are. Okay, they're a new currency. We got to get 95 more of them. And we get 25 times multiplier on something. Oh, stars are a different currency we just spend. So we can get more money from ducks and increase clicking power off of our stars. And we're one-shotting a lot of the lower tier ducks at this point. The higher tier ones are still resisting us, but only a little bit. Oh, we captured another America duck. So we're making $46.40 a second. Next, we're going to get the fire duck. $3,100 to buy, but it's going to be valuable when we destroy it. And if you're wondering about achievements, there is this many, which means you need 500 upgrades, $1 trillion, buy heart duck, etc. But for now, I'm happy to just click on things and make money. It's very satisfying. Since we're making thousands of dollars, we're going to reduce clicking cooldown. That's $1,000 to begin with. The next one is $10 million, so they're obviously very good. I do want rarer ducks, so we're going to click on that next, because if we can minimize the weak ducks, it'll be much better for us. So $5,000 is worth it. The next one is $50,000, but that's not as far away as you think it is, because even these kind of mid-tier ducks now are $220 each. It's a fire duck. So this one's going to give us $2,000 for a single one. We can also get another slot for a duck, so we're going to do that. We're just destroying ducks in the background, but now we get a new slot. So we'll eventually capture a new one. Hopefully it's a fire duck. Hopefully it's better than a fire duck, but we'll stick to a fire duck for now. We can hope. We captured a Jasper duck, which is actually reasonably good overall. Well, put us up to $55 a minute, which isn't good enough for me. So we're going to sell that and hopefully get better ones. This one would be great if we want to capture a fire duck. We just captured another Jasper duck. They're just not listening. We're making a lot of money in the background. Captured ducks generate more money? Yes. That added $10 a second just from buying that. Increased chance to capture a duck? Yes. And more money from ducks? This is one we should probably be buying a lot more of. So we captured another Jasper duck. So we're selling another Jasper duck. I want fire or better. Plus with all of our increases, the fire duck now yields us $3,300 and we did capture it. That adds 127 per second. So we'll get more money from ducks and more money from ducks again. So now the fire duck is $4,200. Plenty of money for us. And certainly enough to double our clicking power again, plus increase clicking power below that. So I think more of these ducks, that one's one shot. The Jasper duck is nearly one shot. We need just a little more clicking power. Oh, it's so close now. We're like 99% of the way to one-shotting it. But now we certainly can. This will be so satisfying. Die, stupid. And we get $400 for doing it. It's a win-win. I know I haven't yet completed the game, but I do think this might just be the best duck clicker.
If we say that fast, it sounds like we're saying duck clicker.
Oh, I'm also going to get a new duck. We're probably overdue for this, or a duck for $15,600, which means we could probably sell America duck and hopefully get one of the fire ducks to show up and be in our collection. Or we could instantly capture another America duck, but we'll go ahead and sell that. We're gamblers. The passive money will add up, especially over how long this is all going to take. We did just capture the entirely wrong duck, $6.90. That's not going to get me anywhere. We captured another America duck, so we're selling another America duck. Eventually, we'll get the one we want. Ooh, we finally got an ore duck to spawn. That actually took quite a while. This one will be worth a lot though, and hopefully we capture it. Well, we got $10,000. So let's spend $50,000 getting rarer ducks, and the ducks are going to spawn faster as well. The faster they can spawn, the faster we can cycle through them all. We captured yet another America duck. But shortly thereafter, we spawned an ore duck and only got $10,000 for our trouble, but we did get back to back. Oh, we did capture the ore duck. That's $372 per second. So now we're going to sell another America duck. Even with that, we're at $500 per second. So with our remaining $60,000, we're going to get more money from ducks, as many as we can, then increase click power. I might have thought of a new strategy. This may or may not work, but when my most rare duck is almost dead, we're going to sell another useless duck, relatively speaking, and then finish this one off to try and raise the chance of getting the good ones captured. Although we could definitely afford the ghost duck already, so we're definitely going to try and get one of those. One spawned fairly quickly. This will be worth a lot of money at the very least, but we'll try and capture it as well. So out with the boring duck and in with hopefully super duck. We did get it. So that put us up to $2,000 per second because ghost duck earns $1,300 per second all by itself. I'm going to make the ducks spawn faster. We're going to get more money from ducks and we're going to increase our clicking power a few times. We have an increased chance to capture for a few seconds as well, thanks to a bonus I just got, so we're going to take advantage of ghost duck here. So we're going to come dangerously close to selling it, fire duck goes away, and we captured it, $3,300 per second. It's actually a strategy game. Also, we're going to double our clicking power for another $100,000. Upgrades are starting to get into the millions of dollars. Double clicking power is much better though. We're destroying these ducks much quicker. My strategy doesn't really work when the auto clicker thing happens. Luckily, it only goes off every once in a while. I got so caught up enjoying the clicking that I forgot to buy the golden duck. That's $400,000, but it's going to be worth so much. We'll take more money from ducks a few times over and then increase clicking power twice over. So now even the America duck is worth $2,000. A lot of these other ones, everything's getting very valuable. We're not really seeing boring ducks anymore. Fire duck is $6,000. Ore duck, $17,000. We did just capture an ore duck, which isn't a ghost duck, but it's pretty good for now. We haven't captured one of those before. But the ghost duck is obviously the one we're after, so let's give that a try. We haven't even seen a single golden duck yet either. Now, speaking of which, one finally showed up. I'm going to increase my chance to capture a duck a bunch of times since we got a gold one sitting in front of us for the first time in a while. We're going to let the money build up. Then we're going to sell boring duck and then get going on this duck, which takes forever to take down. But after $500,000 on chance upgrades, can we get it? Nope, but it did give us 140 grand, which is actually a lot of money, considering a minute ago, like $1 per minute was huge to us. Okay, what I need is rarer ducks, $500,000, but we'll hopefully see more golden ducks and less of the boring ones. We got another golden duck, we got 1.5 times money as well. The golden ducks really make me appreciate clicking power. That was really close, get rid of that, and captured, we did get it. Ooh, look at the money we got. The golden ducks are about $5,000 per second all by themselves. I've definitely been neglecting these things over here. Spawn rarity plus 10% for 125 ducks. Sure, we can almost afford another one of those, so I'm actually going to save up for that. It's rare ducks or nothing for me. Plus, we're going crazy fast towards $1 million. So we're going to roll the dice. Are we going to get it? We did capture it, so we're at $11,000 a second. Plus, we're well over $1 million. We got an auto click bonus in the background, so we're going to double our clicking power, and the rest of our money's going more money from ducks. And at the rate we're auto-clicking, we could basically sit here and wait for another upgrade. Ghost duck over here is worth $90,000. At this point, my dopamine levels are sufficiently topped off, but I'm hoping we can burst through that. $13,000 a second, and it's still not making my money go bananas anymore. But we saved over $2 million. That means we get He Is Watching. We got an achievement for that for some reason, and we're going to start whittling him away. As we're doing that, we're going to sell Ghost Duck. And hopefully we get to capture
Whatever this evil being is.
Might as well go get a coffee while I wait. Okay, we got $500,000 though, so that's all right. I think we can also actually get another duck slot as well, so we got 4 slots to fill. The auto clickers are great when they happen, but they can also work against my strategy. But we'll just enjoy the ride. When they happen, we'll just ride it out. Our clicking power is falling well behind, so $1.3 million on that will help. That's actually a noticeable difference. Fire Duck goes down in almost 2 hits. Also, I'm going to increase the spawn rarity again with 250 duck points because we really want to start whittling down and getting away from these low tier ducks. They don't give us enough money to justify the time. Capturing a golden duck, however, would make my day. And my day has not been made, but there's always tomorrow. $0.1 million in the bank. We're going to increase our chance to capture ducks again. That was using basically all of our money, but I want more golden ducks or better. Oh, we actually got that one. Perfect. So our money's up to $17,000 a second when we have an empty space, which we'll hopefully use to capture He Is Watching. I'm actually so annoyed clicking on this one that I'm going to increase my clicking power while I'm actively clicking on it. Imagine how tough the endgame ducks are though. They must take forever to get through. So if we're lucky, we'll capture this one. We did get it. $33,000 a second. Look at all that money. I bet you didn't realize you were going to be this jealous of my ducks today. And we have 105 duck points, so we're going to increase our clicking damage another 20%. And then I'm going to increase my clicking power against that, so we'll hopefully do lots and lots more damage. So we're almost one-shotting Fire Duck now, and those used to be like the super tough ones. It would take us a second to get through. So Gold Duck is going down pretty quickly as well now, so that feels much better. Now we get, it's worth the time. That's almost 200 grand. 3.5 million more money from ducks times 2 times 3. So even America Duck is 5 grand. I'm really starting to realize that we need to find more rare ducks. Like America Ducks are worth 5,000. They're worth a fraction of what that duck was worth. And that was with the bonus because now America Ducks are back down to 3,300. So we had a 50% increase. So we're going to get rarer ducks. I assume that means everything just bumps up a tier. So we'll hopefully not see America Ducks anymore and only higher tier ones to make us more money. But we got a 50% revenue boost again. So we'll just enjoy that. We've got another He Is Watching duck. These really are still quite rare. Do we want to risk it? We sure do. Golden Duck out. Super Duck also out. We should probably also get captured ducks generate more money at this point. Considering how much they are worth, they're now up to $41,000 a second. Now's our big chance to get another one of these. And we didn't get it, but we got back-to-backs. The rare duck thing is working. So with that, we got it. So we're up to $65,000 a second. These guys are $24,000 a second each. And actually, we got the money to make them go up again. So let's do exactly that. $75,000 a second. Black Duck is up to $28.2 thousand. That's actually really good. That's almost $100,000 per second. So 10 seconds will get us $750,000. But we still need to go back to some of our cheaper upgrades, more money from ducks, and increase clicking power. There's no such thing as a bad upgrade. We're going to need them all anyway. We just hit $10 million and that means we can double clicking power. So now we're really going to destroy these ducks. But I very much would also like to collect another one of these. So we'll do our very best. We're going to go ahead and sell one of the gold ducks. In with this, didn't get them. Even with doubling our clicking power like we just did, it's still pretty hard to kill some of these ducks. I guess the benefit of some of the lower tier ducks though is they do give us the duck coins and we do need a lot of those. For another $10 million, we're going to buy the glass duck. So when one of those eventually spawns, we'll hopefully capture it as well. If not, we'll at least get all the money for it. The auto clicker is working away on that duck, so we're going to sell one America duck to hopefully capture this. A glass duck would be better, but we still haven't seen one. When they say a duck is rare, they mean it. Okay, we finally found the glass duck. We're definitely going to go ahead and whittle this down and try very, very hard to capture it. I'm actually going to increase my chance to capture ducks. That's 6.6 million, but it's probably worth it. Even with all this clicking power, it takes a long time to get through this one. But we're about to find out. We caught it. $160,000 a second. I didn't see what its actual value was, but it's about $90,000 every second. Ducks spawn faster. We left that behind. I was reading that wrong, so they're going to show up a lot quicker now. When I scroll all the way to the right of the duck store, we get Gas Mask Master at no effect. Capture chance plus 33%. Is that like a one-time deal? Or how does this work? I don't know how that works, but we'll go ahead and keep going. Maybe it is like a one-time thing. You sacrifice some duck coins to hopefully capture the duck, although it didn't work for the dark one. We've still got so many of these to go through. This is going to take so long. Luckily for everyone, I don't have a life. I'm going to turn up my money gain by another 25%. That'll hopefully just make a pretty big difference overall. We did actually make another $20 million very quickly. We just need to capture some more of those rarer ducks. So let's take some more clicking power 3 times over, and then we're going to take more money from ducks. It's fun when you get a bunch of weak ones in a row because they just instantly explode like that, and it's very satisfying. Plus the duck money goes up. We got another glass duck, so we're definitely going to sell fire duck and hopefully capture this idiot. Fingers crossed. No such luck. We got the duck after it. So the star system is basically the prestige system. If I was to restart now, I get 150,000 points, which might help me get better stuff, but it also might, like, those upgrades might escalate quickly. And I feel like we're earning lots of these points still, so it would be silly to restart now, especially when I'm just straight up having so much fun. We can afford Ninjak any second now, and I'm really excited for this one. We'll hopefully get one of those in our account soon. The value of gold ducks is 350,000 too, so it takes 3 of them to earn $1 million. So our passive duck is really actually the earner right now. Well, I'm going to increase our click damage another 20%. That's actually pretty big considering how high our base damage is. This is the big opportunity for us as well. If we can manage to capture this duck, our passive income will go way up. And we failed once again. I would also settle for the evil duck. I can't remember what its name is, but will we get it? We did get it. So $222,000 a second. Still haven't seen a single ninja since we bought it, but we might have to get the upgrade to find rarer ducks. And in the past couple of minutes, we went from 150,000 to almost 200,000 prestige points. So we should definitely keep going for a while before we reset. I'm going to spend $50 million getting rarer ducks. We'll hopefully say goodbye to the garbage tier and actually get a ninja to spawn. While we haven't got a ninja yet, we're getting a lot more of ducks like this, and those are worth $1 million each. Although we make that in 5 seconds otherwise. Now is our big opportunity. We finally got one of these to spawn. We went through I don't know how many ducks. So we gotta sacrifice one of the evil ducks. And before finishing it off, we're gonna increase our chance for 26 million. And if we're really lucky, we won't get it. But that was $8.8 million and we got that garbage duck. And because of that risk we took, we're down to $186,000 per second, but luckily it was only another 5 minutes before we found another one of these. So if we're really lucky, we got it. $320,000 a second, so that put our total up to $500,000 every second. So it's a lot of income for us. And that means we jumped up to $100 million. So prestige points were up to 340,000, but we also get an extra slot for our passive ducks. So we'll hopefully fill that with something extraordinarily rare. And I would certainly settle for a glass duck. That would put our income up high, especially because I was stupid and sold an extra duck. So we're under $500,000 per second, and we didn't get that one. With our next $100 and something million, I'm going to double my clicking power once again. Then we're going to get increased clicking power. Then we can really eviscerate the ducks. We just captured another glass duck. That was actually quite rare, so that's $600,000 a second for us. Even with double clicking power, it's still taking some time to get through these guys. Especially the ninja duck. I definitely could go get a coffee while I'm clicking this thing down. But if we're lucky, we got it. $1.2 million per second. Look at that fine collection. If I didn't need the duck coin so bad, I'd probably stop actively clicking. We do have a lot of money though, so let's get a little more clicking damage. We can't afford it. We're too poor still. There is this one though, the extra capture chance. Still not sure how that works, but I'll take it. We may have had a bonus on when I capture my last ninja because I just sold one of the cheap ducks and suddenly our income is down to under 900,000. So we captured that and now we're back to 1.2. It's either that or I sold one of the wrong ones. So every 5 seconds is $6 million. So we're definitely going to get more money from ducks a whole bunch of times over, just to try and get my active clicking up there a little bit. Some of these are getting pretty valuable. Evil duck, for example, is now worth up to 2.3 million. At this point, I'm not sure it's worth the risk of selling a one less tier duck to try and get this one. I feel like the odds are too low, so we're just going to settle for murder. Reduced clicking cooldown, probably should have paid attention to that, but $10 million seemed unreachable when I started. Now it's very reachable. Even a small upgrade to clicking chance or clicking speed is going to make a big difference over time. We've actually quickly made $350 million, so we're going to get no. I don't get the joke. But as soon as we find one of those, which might take a while, we'll definitely try and capture that. It's worth the risk. It's definitely been a few minutes and I still haven't found my new rare duck. What I did find was $400 million, and that's enough to increase my duck farm money. So we'll go from 1.6 to $1.8 million per second. It's really crazy how strong some of these ducks are getting. We have a crazy amount of clicking power and it's still taking forever to get through these. But I guess we can add another 20% click damage. And speaking of clicking power, we're going to go ahead and spend $265 million on this, which is going to be quite a few upgrades. And between all of those, that actually made a pretty significant difference. I feel like we're finding less rare ducks as time goes on. We finally found one of them. I'm actually going to spend $104 million to increase the capture chance, and I'm actually going to do this again. I want this duck. That means I'm going to sell a duck that's actually making us $170,000 per second, but I think it's worth the risk. I think it's like an Among Us duck, but because it was born 70 years ago, I can't tell. I would love to capture this duck, and we actually got it $3.1 million per second. That by itself is 1.5 mil. So our income actually just went up a lot. It would be huge if we did actually manage to capture another one of these. So I think it's definitely worth the risk. We're going to sell the $170,000 per second duck. And yep, we got it. $4.4 million a second. So it's hardly worth it to click other than searching for rare ducks. One upgrade I do want to get though is rarer ducks. That's 500 million. But we'll hopefully say goodbye to some of the cheaper ducks again and can focus on the good ducks only. Our prestige points are also up to 2.1 million, so they're actually still growing at a reasonable rate. We're going to make ducks spawn faster, and we're also going to get more money from ducks. We're going to get that times 2. We just got to wait a few seconds. And it's just that easy. And we just got a bonus in our clicker thing, so we're up to $7 million a second for a little while. So I think now is a great time to let the game play itself for a little while, and we'll come back to our very great fortune. A few short minutes of letting the game play itself, and we have $5.7 billion. I think that means we should get the grass duck for $1.2 billion. If we can actually manage to capture one, our income will go way up. I don't even know if we can find a duck that rare at this point, but we're going to try. It actually didn't take long to find this one, and I'm going to spend a further $1.7 billion increasing the chance. We have a max chance to capture this. It's just going to take 4 hours for us to lower its health enough. I don't think I want to find any rare ducks right now. This takes too long. But if we're really lucky, we can capture one. That'll put us up to $10 million a second, because that duck is worth 5.1 million. Oh, I can actually double my clicking power for only 1 billion. Probably should have done that already. The rest of my money's going into more clicking power, like all of it. And that's a little bit better, at least for this duck. We still need like 7 orders of magnitude higher clicking power, but I'll settle for anything I can get. I'm desperate. Since I've saved up another 500 duck dollars, we can actually increase a few different things. Clicking speed being one of them, but spawn rarity is actually what I want. We need more rare ducks. I'm addicted to collecting rare ducks. I also want to try and collect the Among Us duck, whatever this is, because it's $1 million increase over Ninjuk. And we got one, so we're up to $11 million a second without any bonuses. And we're going to spend our entire fortune of $5 billion getting rare ducks again. That'll be worth it when we finally find one of the rare ones again, but it's probably going to be 40 minutes. The extra rarity is helping us find more Among Us ducks, so that's a good start. So we're going to go for it again. This will hopefully give us a $1.2 million increase to earnings, and it did. $12 million a second. But even with our increasing income per second, it's still slowing down more and more and more. So I think we're overdue to prestige for 11 million points. That also helped give me some rewards. We got to buy He Is Watching, which we've already done, but on the last round. But that's okay, because these are going to get us lots and lots of upgrades. 5,000, 1,000, 125, whatever that was. More clicking power, more everything. That was 100,000. We have 10.7 million though, so luckily that's not too bad. We definitely want more clicking power. We needed a lot more of that last time. Clicking on it so far is not really moving the numbers yet, but more money from ducks as well. We'll be back to where we were in no time at all. I guess our final upgrade is going to be increased clicking power for exactly 4.7 million. So without any upgrades, we're able to absolutely destroy the first duck for $8.40. So we'll jump ahead about to where we were. Won't take long. But along the way, we've quickly made it back to the point where He Is Watching can be bought, which is going to give us that. We're getting pretty close to where we were again. We can already destroy that in only 3 hits, and we're capturing ducks that are getting us plenty of money. We made $500 million in no time at all. Look at our income go. And we can still afford to upgrade these a lot. So if we can capture another ninja duck, especially if we can capture that duck, our income is going to go up quite a lot once again. And so we're back to $11 million per second passively. And our prestige points is up to 3.5 million again. And we just got a achievement that's carpal tunnel because we've clicked so many times. Alright, so with our billions of dollars, captured ducks are now generating more money. We're going to increase our chance again. Rarer ducks, of course. More money from ducks is always a big one for me. And then we'll go back to absolutely destroying ducks and unlocking rarer and rarer ones very soon. And we're replacing the ninjuks with Among Us ducks. So we're at $20 million per second now. So let's go ahead and unlock the grass duck for 1.2 billion. The next one's only 6.1. We'll be there before we know it. Okay, here's one of the grass ducks. This would be a big boost income if we can get it, and we did. So that's now making $18 million a second. So our passive income is up to 40. So let's see if we can do that once again, maybe with this duck. Come on, big luck. And that sure worked. So now we're making $50 million per second. So 20 seconds is going to make us $1 billion, and even more if we capture that one. Our capture rate is so high that this is getting stupid. Stupidly fun, because this is in fact the best duck clicker you'll ever play. I guess we can capture one more of these. It's not going to hurt very much at all, and that's going to put our income up to $80 million per second, but we should also unlock the next duck. We got to keep an eye out for this cyber duck. We found one already. It's even with all of these upgrades, it's pretty hard to defeat, but that's okay. We'll get rid of the Among Us duck and hopefully replace it with that. Got it. So we're up to $126 million per second. Cyberduck is $54 million all by itself. So we're going to spend $5 billion getting rarer ducks. We're going to increase our chance. We have max chance to capture ducks. They're going to spawn faster. We're going to get more money from them. And we're going to increase our clicking power. So now it's only like 8 seconds for us to make $1 billion passively. For $10 billion, we're going to get an extra duck slot. So we'll just add an entire another duck on top, but I'm only going to settle for a cyber duck. And this might be our chance. Do we capture something? Yeah, we got to get rid of that one. Caught it in the meantime. And Cyberduck, $262 million. We have a bonus going right now. We also need to double our clicking power for 10 billion. Let's get more money from ducks a few times over and more clicking power again. Just to be sure we're defeating them nice and quickly. It's very satisfying this way. Plus look at all our duck points. Okay, here's another Cyberduck. So we're getting rid of grass duck, whatever that is for a Cyberduck. Now, every 3 seconds, we're making over $1 billion. But we're only in the billions of dollars. We still need to get into septillion, so that's a long ways away. But a Cyberduck would help. Get rid of you, and gotcha. I think we have pretty much a guaranteed chance. But another Cyberduck would certainly help our chances. Okay, we're going to unlock the zombie duck now. That costs $30.5 billion, but when it shows up, we definitely need to capture one. I'm also going to spend $15 billion generating more money from captured ducks. That'll take us from 360 to $410 million a second. Plus, ducks can spawn fast. That only costs $5 billion, and that feels like very little money right now. We found our first zombie duck. This will be very exciting. We're actually taking him down quite quickly, so that's a good sign as well. With that duck, in with that one, $610 million a second, because zombie duck is worth $230 million all by himself. So I just need to find 6 of those. And given that we're about to break the $50 billion mark, I think we're going to get a pretty good chance because we can get rarer ducks again. It actually took a fair while before we found another zombie duck, but this is still going to be a great opportunity for us. Because our income is about to take a massive jump again unless we don't capture it. I didn't think it was possible for us to not capture one. I actually had to check to make sure we did that right. And we didn't get that one either. This is very sad. Okay, it's redemption time. Zombie duck has shown up once again, so we're going to sell grass duck, whatever that one is. And we still didn't capture it. We cannot capture those anymore. Okay, we did just get another one finally, so we're at $750 million per second. Oh, and we can easily afford to buy ICU, which is some kind of whatever duck. I don't know how often those are going to show up, considering we're having trouble finding the current rare duck, otherwise known as the zombie duck. But we did capture that one. And that one as well, so we're up to $1.1 billion per second. I'm going to reduce click cooldown. That's actually going to be a big one. The next upgrade is 1 quadrillion. Maybe some more money from ducks, just for some passive income. We can also double our clicking power. That's a big one as always. And that will take down zombie duck that much quicker, although it still takes quite a few. Got that one, 1.4 billion. And we captured another one, then we got an auto clicker piece, but we're up to $1.7 billion per second. We just got one of the new ducks to spawn, but it was when I had an automatic clicker on plus double power, so it absolutely destroyed the one I wanted to capture. But now that all those boosts are done, we can get rarer ducks again, 500 billion. Now we'll get those rare ones to actually show up. We also have 1,000 duck coins, so spawn rarity is also going up again. So now we will see that rare duck much more often. Some of these ducks are landing on just a little bit of HP left, so I'm going to increase my clicking power a few times to hopefully just sort of shave that off. Oh, and here we go, the rare duck. Okay, so we're going to get rid of one of our zombie ducks, and this will be a much better one if we manage to capture it. We're only at $1.4 billion a second. Now we're at 2.3. So the He Is Watching duck is $850 million per second by itself. That's nearly $1 billion for a single duck. We now have a chance to get another one of these, and it should be a pretty good chance. We didn't get it. That's so sad. Our shot at redemption. We got him. $3 billion a second. Oh, we can actually unlock police duck. That's going to be even rarer and harder to catch. But while we wait for police duck to show up, we'll try and catch at least a few of these. And a while later, police duck does show up. So let's hope luck is still on our side. Away with that one, and we did not catch police duck. Well, I guess there's always next time. But we got so much money that we can actually get pun duck, if he ever shows up. So we're going to have to spend $5 trillion looking for rarer ducks as well. We don't really have a choice anymore. But our captured ducks should also make more money. That put them up to $4.8 billion a second, and we're missing one. We're going to double our clicking power as well. That seems really important at this point than regular clicking power, of course. And then there's more money from ducks in general. Now when you break this fine duck, that's $3 billion. And we got another police duck already. This is a good sign. Because we're absolutely going to catch him. And we actually did $5 billion for a single duck. So we're making 13 billion in total. Well, I haven't found a pun duck yet, but we did find another police duck. And I have a good feeling about this one. We got him. I can also spend $1 trillion for an extra duck slot that I forgot about. I'm also going to spend 600 duck points, rather 500 on Spy Master so we get faster clicking speed. I'm also going to double our clicking power, and then we're going to get a little more clicking power here as well. Now even the tough ducks are really sliding off fast. Prestige points are up to 8.4 billion, but that's still not good enough. So I'm going to let the game run right here like this with an auto clicker for the next 10-12 hours, and we'll come back and see what kind of hilarity ensues. And after all that time, we're left with $3.9 quadrillion, which translates to 551 billion reset points. But I think we can still increase our income if we buy a few more ducks. We've never even seen a pun duck because it's too rare. So let's buy the camo, the cute duck, ducknomite. I'm not quite going to buy the peppermint duck yet, and it's not because I'm intimidated, it's because I don't want to spend that much of our money. Not before I can upgrade our chance at getting rarer ducks. This will give us a chance to actually see some of these things. If upgrades are only in the trillions, we might as well buy a few of them. A big one in particular, captured ducks generate more money. They're currently making $26 billion per second. That's quite expensive, but it's got to be worth it. $32 billion per second. So I think with our remaining $1 quadrillion, I'm going to reduce clicking cooldown. And then we'll see if we can get some of those rarer ducks to actually spawn. We did actually get this one. I think this is only the first one, pun duck, but I'll take it. So out with the old. And very hopefully in with the new. We've got it. So that put us up to $73 billion per second. Because pun duck is worth $31.4 billion every single second. I guess we do also have 97,000 duck points we should probably spend. I've kind of forgot about those. Clicking damage up again. I don't want to go too crazy yet. Money gain is going to go up, and up again. Spawn rarity, that's actually a big one for us. This is where we should put most of our money, really. Capture chance is going up to apparently 99% chance. And clicking speed's going up. Perfect. Okay, so spawn rarity is going up 2 more times. Then there's a little bit more to clicking damage, and we'll pile some more of those points up. I can't believe that wasn't enough to buy them all. But our damage is much, much higher now. We are absolutely destroying ducks. Oh, this is definitely a new one. We've actually turned on an auto clicker, so I got to be quick there. And do we get it? We got it. Oh, this is also a new one. This is like a new one. Okay, so you going away. That one's worth $127 billion per second. This one, if we ever get through it, will be worth even more. This is actually the rarest one we can even find right now, so it will be absurdly valuable if we get it. I guess we do have a very high capture rate according to the stats, if I'm understanding that correctly. So we did get that one, $1.4 trillion per second. Because ducknomite is simply worth that. It's basically our entire income. That's so much money. We're going to need more of those because that's also going to help our prestige points go up even more. And good news, we found another one right away. It's very hard to get through. I think I might need some more everything. I can actually afford an extra slot too, so we'll just straight up do that. That way I don't have to sell a precious duck. And we got that one. I'm pretty sure it should be guaranteed capture now, so that feels better. We're also up to $2.5 trillion per second in passive earnings. This is also a new duck that we haven't yet seen. And because I'm desperate, we'll try and get that. This one's only $5 billion a second, so it's basically garbage at this point. That one instead is going to be 400 billion per second. We got another camo duck, at least I think we do. It's obviously hard to see. We've managed to capture either these ducks or the tier below that, which is a pretty nice collection, but that still only puts us at $6.1 trillion a second, so the upgrades are feeling a little bit slow again. But we did manage to push our earnings up to $12.5 trillion a second with a few more fiery ducks. And the prestige points are going up. We have 1.1 trillion now, that's soon to be 1.2. But then again, why wait for a good thing? We're going to reset. Back to our base duck. But our very first click is already worth $12.60. And we got an auto clicker going, so I could basically sit here and we'll just take more money per duck. And we'll unlock more ducks while we're at it. We've already captured one, in fact. So we're already, yes, going to buy many more. We need to increase our clicking speed as well. We're getting so many upgrades, like I can't even keep up now with everything happening. So the auto clicker is going to go bananas. Yeah, we can buy that one. We can afford that one now. I think we can afford this one. Remember how long these took to get us, took us to get at the beginning? Now we're just blasting through it. It's been like 30 seconds and we're into the millions of dollars. But we could probably do better ducks than that one. $12.30 a second is not good enough. We'll also increase our size, and we'll just take whatever comes our way. Even with the random ducks, that put us up to $2 million per second. I actually also forgot to spend my $1 trillion in points, which is kind of embarrassing, but I'll get over it if you will. So we'll start spending until well, that's already maxed out. More money from ducks. This is going to be so much money. We're going to buy that one, and then we're going to do... maybe we can't afford that one, can we? So this one it is. Anyways, now every time we click a duck, we're getting 73 million for those ones. And we're maxed out on our rarest duck currently, which is this one. So I think we better buy some rarer ones, like the grass duck. So we're going to sell all these, and we'll hopefully see a lot of grass ducks making an appearance after this. And yeah, we're definitely going to make more money. But we still need rarer cyber duck. And it didn't take very long until we're up to $6 billion per second in the background, and we've hit $1 trillion already. And that means we can open another slot and keep on going. We're making progress stupidly quick. Like, this took forever. $500 billion for rarer ducks last time. Now we can just cruise through all of these. Was I looking at the wrong number before? Why do I feel like I have stars left over? Not totally sure what happened there. It might have been me not paying attention. It often is. Anyways, $500 billion of my star points. The next one takes 50 trillion of those, but we already find a lot of rare ducks when we get our opportunity to. So we've made it back to where we were. We're chewing through these ducks much quicker and finding them quicker because of our increased rarity. Plus, with their increased value, they are worth almost $2 trillion each every second. So we're up to $10 trillion a second in the background already. But there's no need to stop there because we can finally afford the peppermint duck. So once we start piling those on, our income is going to go up exponentially again. And a few seconds later, we found the very first one. I like the colors of this one. So let's see if we can start replacing it. This one is going to be worth $5 trillion a second. And we quickly saved up $14 quadrillion so we can afford Ben Duck. It definitely might take a minute to start finding some of those, but we'll do our best. We're up to $35 trillion a second. Although we did find one almost immediately, so I will not complain with that. And we captured it because our percentage is high. That's $20 trillion a second for a single duck. I just spent a further $10 quadrillion upgrading our duck slots, so now we're at max. And once we get this, our income is going to go up a lot again. It turns out in all the fun I've been having, we actually went right past Singer Duck, which we could easily afford now. So we'll keep an eye out for that. While I'm still trying to collect band ducks, or anything I can that can increase the value. We are up to $170 trillion a second with some kind of bonus. We did get that one, so it's $210 trillion per second. I finally found a Singer Duck. It didn't actually take as long as I thought, but we got an auto clicker bonus going, so we definitely want to make room for that, so we don't miss our opportunity potentially. Did we get it? We got it. And that actually got us a lot of money straight up. So Singer Duck is worth 75 trillion, 3 times the band duck. It's quite a nice collection of ducks we're getting, and I think we're about to add another band duck. So at least now, every 3 seconds or so, we're getting $1 quadrillion. So the income will continue upwards. I just found like the 50th auto-clicking thing in a row. It's actually sort of annoying because it really makes me pay attention and stress out when I find a new duck. Because then I gotta rush in and sell one of the old ones to make room for that, but there we go. Now it really is just about 3 seconds per quadrillion. I'm gonna spend $40 quadrillion, which is a third of our entire money right now, trying to increase our income per second from 325 to 360. So over time, that does make a difference. Actually thinking about it, that is like a 20% increase, so that's a huge difference. We've grinded up $300 quadrillion. We're also making half a quadrillion per second. So that means we can afford the heart duck, which is basically all of our money. But that is an achievement too, so there's always that. There's only one duck left, which is the uniduck. Well, I say there's one duck left. There's one achievement duck left. There's actually still a lot to buy. But we'll keep our eye out for the heart duck, because if it actually shows up, it'll boost our income a lot again. For now, we're going to settle for more money from individual ducks for a little while, because that's actually going to add lots and lots and lots of money for us. I found a heart duck. It wasn't actually that hard to find yet, so hopefully this is a trend that continues. So let's see if we can capture love duck for ourselves. This should be worth lots and lots if we can manage. We did get it. So that's giving us $330 trillion per second. So 3 of those will give us 1 quadrillion. Well, a few more Singer ducks later at least, and we are officially at $1 quadrillion per second. So we can let that add up over the next 10,000 years. This kind of stings, but I need to spend $500 quadrillion getting rarer ducks. And we can actually double our clicking power again. That one hurts with another 100 quadrillion, but you know what? It's just money. So now that we're basically broke again, back to clicking. We're at about $3 quadrillion a second. So when I let the game run for 10 hours overnight, that was the entirety of what we made. Instead of it taking 10 hours, now it makes us 1 second. And we're officially quintillionaires, 50% over. That means we can buy He is Angry, a new evil duck, and that also gives us a whole bunch of rewards. And that's actually all quests completed, so now we're just collecting ducks, which is all I was ever doing. I feel like finding He is Angry is going to take some time. That seems like it was less than 5 minutes, but we did finally find one. I really hope we capture this. Come on, got him. And that gave us lots of quadrillions of dollars. But passively, that by itself is 1.2 quadrillion, so we need like 100 of those. And we might just get our wish because here's another one, which we promptly captured, so now we're up to 5.3 quadrillion dollars every single second. And I think it's worth it at this point to actually spend 1 quintillion doubling our clicking power again just so we cycle through the garbage ducks faster. But I think we should probably accelerate our progress now. We've made 29 quintillion dollars while we were away. That's fantastic news because that means we can buy Scarf Duck. Now the other currency we've been building up in the meantime are the prestige points. We get 3.6 quadrillion of them. Last time I believe we had 1 trillion and that felt like a lot. So this is 3,600 times as many, so let's enjoy that. So after that mighty prestige, we're going shopping again. We're going to get rarer ducks. We can't get any rarer than that, unfortunately, because things get really expensive. But trillions of dollars don't mean anything to us anymore. Unless they get into the hundreds of trillions and then they really start to hurt again. But our very first click and our very first duck, $38.02. I mean 20 cents, but you get the idea. And those numbers are going to go up quickly. Grinding all the way back to the end, we're making 31 quadrillion dollars per second and we found a Scarf Duck. We captured that, so that's going to earn us 11.5 quadrillion all by itself. So once the bonuses wear off, that's about half of our entire income. I've since spent 5 quintillion dollars upgrading our rarity chance, so we're hopefully going to find more of these and collect them. So I spent quite a bit of time filling up band ducks. We only have a few left to find. We're making 65 quadrillion dollars a second, but progress is still very slow. So we're going to have to let this run for the next 100 years to make any actual progress. But this is the rarest duck we found, and it is indeed a very rare and very valuable duck. And there's one more for our collection.